How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys kind of a breakdown and update on who we have on the team right now. We have 13 players, all different positions. As you guys know, we're very guard heavy. I got a comment last video asking me to break it down a little bit more, and I actually thought about making a video about that, eventually anyway, so just fits perfectly. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Pascal Siakam, who had a great series against the New York Knicks, helped the Pacers win 42 in that series to advance to the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pascal did win Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So I'll probably touch on Pascal a little bit first, and then we'll get more into current day Aggies, and just get straight to it. Pascal averaged 25 points, 5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and a steal a game this series against the Knicks. So he was definitely deserving of the MVP. I saw this clip around Twitter all over the place about Tyrese thinking that he was going to win it or something. Tyrese is a great player. Not the biggest fan of him, but he's a good player, but just not as good as Pascal, in my opinion. Not even just trying to be biased, but that's just me. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win the NBA Finals. I know a lot of Aggie fans are rooting for the Pacers because of Pascal, but the Thunder, obviously a 68-win team, going to be hard to beat. So let me know what you guys think in the comments who's going to win. I do believe that the Thunder will win it 4-2, but I do not want to doubt the Pacers because I feel like they can definitely prove me wrong. I would not be surprised at all if they get it done, and it would be nice for them to win it for Pascal, obviously. Pascal's numbers have improved this postseason. He averaged 20 points in the regular season, was an all-star, just got it in, and he's averaging 21 right now. He's playing like a, he was like a borderline all-star during the season, but now he's playing like a for sure all-star, so that's just great to see. When he gets in the paint, there's no stopping him, and he's got a lot of clean looks from three, and he's just been knocking him down, and he's just been playing very well overall on the defensive end as well. Now that we touch on Pascal a little bit, I'm sure you guys have been keeping up with it in the NBA playoffs and all that. Now let's get more into our current day team. So I'm going to break it down by position. As you guys know, we're very guard heavy. And if I'm missing anybody, please let me know in the comments because it's probably easy to miss somebody. Like I said, we have 13 guys. Out of those 13, 7 of them are guards. So literally over half our team are guards as of now. And then maybe Coach Huna will sign another guy or two before the season starts, whether they're guards or not, who knows. Obviously, Gabe Pickens is returning, and that's great. He's going to be a guy that gets a whole lot of PT. Not sure if he's going to start or not, but I'm sure he'll at least start some games if he's not the full-time starter. Jamel Jones from Cal State Bakersfield averaged 18.9 points per game, was in the top 50 of all Division I in scoring. And again, I'm not sure how many players there are exactly in college basketball. I know in the NBA there's about 500. In college basketball, there's 363 D1 teams, and there's probably about 15 to 18 players on each team. So if you do the math, it's a lot of players. So for him to be in the top 50 is very, very impressive. He had a 45-point game this past season. Doesn't know how to put the ball in the hole, just like a lot of the other guards. Big double-figure scorer guys. Elijah Elliott's a guy we talked about a handful of times on the channel. Averaged 14 points per game at Southern Illinois. Averaged 16 points per game playing for UTRGV in the WAC, former WAC opponent. So another guy that can put the ball in the hole well and can score in double figures with ease. Jalen Randall is our most recent signing. He averaged 15 points and 3 rebounds and a steal. Team high 1.4 steals. One of the best in his conference, playing in Indiana. So a lot of great things there. And again, Indiana's a big basketball state, talking about Pascal. So there's a connection there. Omar Smith is going to be an incoming freshman. Not sure how many points he averaged this past year, but I know he had a game where he had 43. So I'm pretty sure he also averaged double figures, but in high school. And I feel like he has the chance to be a really, really good college basketball player. Since he will be a freshman, I don't expect him to come right off the bat and be dominant right away. But he's definitely got a really bright future. He's super athletic, and I just love watching him play. He's got a great game. Chris Terrell is another recent signing that we got. He averaged 21 points per game at D2 Delta State. Can play point guard. He's 6 foot, so it's going to be hard for him to play the 2. But I know he can play because he can shoot the ball well. He's a little on the smaller side, but he makes up for it with his scoring ability. We also have Anthony, who's a guy that played for Coach Huna at Sam Houston and played overseas a little bit. He's super athletic, and I think he can fit the program really well. Obviously, he knows Coach Huna's system really well, likes Coach Huna well enough to play for him again. And he's just a great dude overall, seems really professional. And I feel like he can do a lot of great things for us and get the crowd hyped up a lot. So out of those 7 guards, 4 of them have experience averaging double figures at the college level, 3 of them at the Division I level. Obviously, Omar and Gabe, they both averaged double figures in high school. And then Anthony, he averaged double figures overseas. So this is a team that can score a lot of points. When I was replying to that comment last video, I was saying that I think the Aggies could, possibly score 100 points in the game this year. Against a non-D1 team or maybe against a random CUSA team. As you guys know, last year we had 101 scored against, when we played against Western Kentucky on the road, and we had 93 against Highlands. I think we would have hit 100 that game, but obviously Coach Huden rested some of the starters, put the bench guys in, which makes sense. That's how you're going to be it. I guess if we were really trying to get 100, we could have, and, kept the starters in and stuff, but that's not fun. It's kind of disrespectful. Out of those guards, they're kind of interchangeable. Like some of them can play just point guard, some of them can play both point guard and shooting guard. Maybe even move to the 3 if possible. I think Gabe's the guy that's strictly going to be at the 1. Chris Terrell maybe could play the 2, but again, his size, he's only 6 foot, just kind of like Gabe. Gabe's obviously really strong. I feel like both Chris and Gabe, both being 6 foot, about my height, not going to be playing anything else other than the 1, but hey, maybe they could surprise me. Jamel and Jalen are both, big guards. Jamel 6'4" and Jalen 6'5". So those are guys that can definitely play the 2. And I can even see Jalen possibly playing the 3 if he needs to. Elijah's a guy that I think will probably only play the 1. I think Anthony, I don't even think he'll play the 1 a whole lot. I think he's more of a 2. Could possibly play a 3. When it comes to Omar, he's about 6'3", 6'4". I think he can also play the 1 and 2 pretty well. We need him. As far as our forwards go, we have Julius Mims, who I think has a really, really good shot at starting. He's going to be a great forward for us. Kyrie Smolin's a guy that also averaged double figures, just like Julius Mims. We have Marvin Cox coming back, who, didn't play at all last year. He's a red shirt, but he'll be coming back this year. 99% sure, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive he will be coming back. And then obviously we can't forget about our defensive anchor, Jacoby Osborne, who was really close to starting some games last year. I'd be surprised if he doesn't start any games this year. I'm pretty sure he'll at least start 1 or 2 games, or maybe he'll be a full-time starter. Who knows? Again, that's a video I'm going to probably make my next video, actually. I'll make my prediction on the starting lineup. And then if we sign more guys that have a chance of starting, possibly I can always make an update video later on in the future. As far as our posts go, we don't have a whole lot right now. We have Seer Malonga and Augustine Ekwe. That's definitely something I would like to improve a little bit there. Augustine, really dominant in high school, but hasn't played, a second college basketball yet. He'll be an incoming freshman just like Omar. So Seer Malonga is going to be our more experienced post. But even him, he hasn't had the greatest college career as of yet, but he's a really, really good high school player. Maybe this program is the right one for him, and maybe he needs this. Maybe he needs to, show someone, hey, look, I can start here and I can be dominant, and maybe some other bigger schools want him, or maybe he's loyal and stays here. We'll see how that goes. We have 13 players. I'm pretty sure Coach Hooten, like I said multiple times, he'll probably sign 1 or 2 more guys. Out of those 1 or 2 more guys, I would like, either both of them to be post, or one of them to be a forward, one of them to be a post. I guess if it's another guard, that's cool, but our guards are stacked, and that's great. And, the more better guards you have, the more chance you have of being a really successful team. But you look at the Lakers in the NBA, had no center, and they got out of the first round despite having Luka and LeBron. So I want to make sure we have a dominant post. That way we don't get bounced out of the first round of the Conference USA Championship or the Conference USA Tournament again for a 3rd year in a row. Just going based off the looks of it and the stats and all that, and just putting all these pieces together. On paper, I think it's a team that could definitely compete for a Conference USA Championship. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up too high, because again, we have to see how the team looks in person and see how they play together. But on paper, they look really well. But there's been a lot of teams in the past that look really well on paper and don't perform well. There's also teams that just don't look great on paper and turn out to be a lot better than people expected. So anything can happen. We'll just, play it by ear and see how it goes. So yeah, that's the breakdown. As you guys know, we're really guard heavy, like we said a lot. But now we know exactly we have 7 guards of the 13 players. And, some of them are interchangeable. Some of them can play the 1, 2, possibly the 3. We have some good forwards, and our post definitely needs a little bit of work, I'd say. But hey, I hope they shock me. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with some of my statements, and if there's any ones that you didn't agree with, and how interchangeable you think the players can be, and what you're expecting, what your honest predictions are so far. And again, it's really early to make predictions, I guess. But just going based on what we know, how good do you think this team could be? Let me know in the comments, and I'm out.